MAXx in the house. What did I say about a month ago? 2020 is going to be the year of new running shoes in the rotation. Up until, 10 days ago, I had never held a VJ running shoe, trail shoe in my own hands, and now I have taken it out for my first impression run in Boulder about 2 days ago. Got some good vertical, good mud. It was amazing out there. So here, this is not my full review. You know that after 50 miles, we will get you that full review. Now, VJ is a Finnish company, so they were started, I believe, in 1971 over in Finland, and now they're making more of inroads and a presence in the United States. And yes, if you want to learn more about the company, their website is listed down below. Now, as we dive into the specs of the VJ MAXx, I found it difficult, and I think it's probably because VJ is such a new company to the United States, or newer company to the United States. Maybe, actually, not the question of the day, but if you live in, let's say, the Scandinavian countries, maybe comment down below, like, how popular is VJ over there in Finland, Sweden, Norway? Any of those countries, anywhere in Europe, but especially those Scandinavian countries. So I found it difficult to track down the stack heights and the weights like I usually like to do. I found one source, and I don't know if I buy it. They said 16 millimeter in the heel, 10 in the forefoot. And listen, I need to invest in a laser at some point, but there's a piece of equipment where you can buy a laser, and the laser can measure through the upper, to give you a really, really accurate stack height. So we're looking at a 6 millimeter drop from heel to toe. I did find a couple sources that said that is the accurate drop for the VJ MAXx. And as far as weight goes, there again, I couldn't find men's size 9 or women's size 8 on the interwebs, but there it is on your screen in my size. Moving on to the upper of the MAXx. Oh, what am I always saying? It's built like a tank. Oh my, I don't know. All right, this is actually a good question. Innovate, based in the UK, Innovate and VJ, as far as the durability of the upper, I'm actually torn right now which one would win in a running shoe. Maybe I should do a running shoe battle between an Innovate shoe and a VJ shoe, because this upper, it's reinforced with Kevlar. Great overlays. I could foresee the shoe doing really, really well in pretty wet conditions, not just because of the overlays over the toe box, but because of the actual material, the Kevlar interwoven into this upper. And I want to point out that this here on the lateral side of the foot, they have this fit lock, which basically connects to the eyelet chain to help you really lock down over the top of your foot. And then, not plush, okay, it's not a plush upper. The heel counter is fine. Let's do a little test here. Yeah, it's fine, like it's pretty stout right through here. Once again, wow, this overlay is solid. And even though that heel tab at the top of the heel counter is not incredibly plush, I had no issues with rubbing or, foreseeable blisters popping up because of that heel tab. Collar was fine, wrapping around the ankle, collar was fine. Slight issue though, it's crazy, everyone. I have never seen I don't even know, but I think it's like a leather-based tongue on the top of the shoe here, like that sits on top of your foot. And I must say that sitting on top of the foot, the tongue was great, but there's an issue, and I saw a couple of other people reporting about this. The tongue is just a little short. If they added a half an inch or even a quarter inch to the height of that tongue, I think it would help, because you have to be a little careful lacing up at the top of the eyelet chain. And if you don't know what a runner's knot is, go watch that vlog, upper right hand corner. So I found it really difficult to lace up the shoe because of the tongue height and then the length of the actual laces. Like, I couldn't do a double knot, so I might have to swap out these laces for some longer laces. Overall, I'm very pleased with the upper. Again, stout, built like a tank. Just thought of one last point on the upper that kind of connects to the overall midsole as well, just because it wraps up on top of the toe here, is the toe cap right here at the top. We're talking like if you kick a rock, if you do that actually out on the trails and you just don't quite lift your feet high enough and you kick a lot of rocks and roots, like this could be a solid option as far as protecting your big toes and your toes. I do it every now and then. So anyway, it's nice to have a little, like it's really, really stout. Like I wouldn't be afraid to kick a rock at all because of that toe cap. And moving on to that midsole, keeping in mind this is my first time in a VJ shoe, and so whenever you're trying a brand new running shoe company, I have found that it takes I'm gonna say months, frankly, to really dial in, okay, how is this midsole speaking to me? Like, what is the density of the foam? What kind of energy return am I getting? Like, is it responsive? And all these different questions that I go through in my mind through the foot strike. But I will just say that, okay, so they added some extra cushioning under the heel and also under the forefoot. I felt it today, but more so under the heel, not as much under the forefoot. And there is a full rock plate through this entire between the midsole and the outsole. So that is good. So again, more protection from the rocks out there. And moving on to the outsole, I had no issues with slipping today at all. Incredible grip. In fact, that's what their box says. You see it there on your screen, like the best grip on the planet, I believe is what the running shoe box says. And I must say, like, it did really well over the rocks, through the mud. I had no issues with the steeper climbs. So I climbed about, what was it? It was about 1,200 feet of climbing when I took this shoe out for the test. And it is I don't know how to say this, but butyl rubber on the outsole, full rubber outsole, okay? The entire thing, no exposed midsole foam through that outsole. And that lug depth is coming in right at about 4 millimeters, okay? So not overly aggressive, but plenty to get you up some pretty serious climbing. If you were going out into some insane mud, even like snow, really bad conditions, you might want to opt for, I believe it's, well, I'll just put it on the screen right now. This is their really aggressive shoe, the name of it from VJ, that has much, the lug depth is a lot deeper through their outsole. As far as the fit goes and the comfort, okay, so here we go. Fit was a little narrow through the toe box. I almost wish I would have gone a half size up, actually. It was snug. I'll just put it that way, through that toe box. And so keep that in mind. If you have a wide forefoot, I don't see this shoe. And I don't even know. I haven't seen on their website if they offer a wide option. If they do, I'll try and put it on the screen right now in a title for you. So keep it in mind, just a little narrow there. And the comfortable upper, again, not plush though, but no issues with the tongue. In fact, I really like the tongue, the leather tongue. Oh my gosh, I'm just feeling it right now. Like, you can lace up this shoe as well. There's some extra padding on top of the tongue. So you could really kind of dial in that cinch down as you're lacing up. So I like that. Just need that a little extra length there to the tongue. Onto my positive and drawback. Positive has to be the durability, especially of the upper. I foresee the shoe going the distance and no tears. I should mention, like, you're not going to tear the upper of this shoe. Like, it's just, with a Kevlar reinforced upper, you're just not going to tear it. So you're going to be able to run miles and miles and miles in the shoe. Drawback is the tongue, just a little more length to that tongue. And then probably the narrowness of the toe box, which I don't mind actually, but I foresee it being a slight challenge for people out there who have if their foot is just a little wider through the foot. But if you have a narrow foot, boom, this could work for you. And who is it best for? Okay, I've actually seen a lot of people posting that they use this shoe not only for aggressive trail running, but also for obstacle course racing, so OCR racing. I think that's amazing. And then also sky running. So big mountain sky running, which is a whole nother genre of trail running. If you've never watched a sky running race on YouTube, you should Google it, or Google it, and it's pretty amazing, like really aggressive alpine running. So I've seen people use this shoe for that. Now, just to be really clear, this midsole is a little more firm than what I usually prefer to run in for, let's say, 15+ mile trail running days. Could you use this shoe on undulating hills? Absolutely. I just prefer a little more cushion for longer days especially. That's why I'm putting this shoe more into the category for, like, let's go out for 3 to 8 miles, maybe 10 miles, and just go up and then come back down. Just like, let's just go up. Now, some people will use this shoe for longer days and 20-mile days or even 30-mile days, because there is some stack height there, but it's just a little on the firmer side for my liking. That's all I'm trying to say here. Okay, price point, $160. I'd be a little happier at $150. It's not bad. But 160 is getting up there. I think what they're probably going for is that they expect you to wear this shoe for multiple seasons. Like I don't know, I think you could run in it for a couple years in a row, and I bet the durability is going to be there for you. But I would prefer to be closer to that $150 price point. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Question of the day. Oh yeah, just my first impression, not my full review. Stay tuned. I foresee a full review at some point in June. It's going to take some time to take it to 50 miles, okay? Here we go. Question of the day. Two options. Number one, who else has trained or raced in a VJ shoe? Anybody out there? Let us know in the comments. Let us know your experience. And option number two, who out there is interested in sky running? Okay, we've never talked about sky running really on this channel, so I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I'm very interested. I just haven't really had the chance. I've never really done a true sky race, so I'm very, very intrigued by sky running. All right, there you go, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. First impressions of the VJ MAXx, and we're gonna toss it back to the trail running shoe playlist. Oh man, lots of videos for you. You could go binge for hours and hours right there. It's a good time to do it during COVID-19 right there. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Onward and upward. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.